Bloodywood dropped their new album, New Delhi. How did you find this band, and where can I find more of this shit? Because this was fucking
I
awesome.
so they signed to Fearless,
Okay.
and we were getting sent the press releases, and I checked out Todka,
Hmm.
and I was like watching the video, and I'm like, Glory would fucking love this
Yeah.
because it's like Electric Callboy and Baby Metal
Shut the fuck up.
like
Yes.
had a baby, because
Yeah.
it's not as insane as Electric Callboy
Electric
is,
Callboy.
but
Hmm.
I was watching the visual
Yeah.
for that song, and I highly recommend that you and anyone that likes Electric Callboy
Yeah.
goes and watches that video.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is just goofy and
Yeah.
weird and
Yeah.
funny and all over the place. And I'm like, we're gonna cover this. I'm not
You
telling
just
Glory
have
about
to.
this band, but we're covering this album because I
Hmm.
know she's gonna love it. And the
Hmm.
exact reaction you gave me is exactly what I expected,
Yeah.
just from that song, not even hearing the album.
Yeah.
So that's how I found the band. But if you would like to kick it off because you're so excited, go right
Yes.
ahead.
I'm extremely excited about this band. So that's so funny that you mentioned Electric Callboy because listening to them about like two or three songs into the record, I was like, God, this is giving me like Electric Callboy, but not as abrasive, I guess. Not as like super, I guess bipolar would be the thing because Electric Callboy, flip of a switch, they're doing fucking the pop, whatever club remix, whatever the shit, to super heavy fucking growling pig squeals, whatever. This is more, I feel like the transition is a lot easier. I think it's definitely a lot more palatable for someone who's trying to get into that type of music, and it's just fucking fun. This music is awesome. I love how they utilized Indian folk instruments to like just exaggerate and emphasize and just make the fucking songs better. All that to say, I think it added just a nice just Easter eggs and just nice noises. Fuck, it's so hard to explain why I like this so much. I just think it's something that you don't hear often in metal. It's something you don't hear at all in metal, at least in my circles. I'm sure it's out there, but because I didn't know about this band before, I didn't think that this was a thing. And I fucking love when bands use fucking instruments from their cultures, from their backgrounds, from just places that they grew up in, and infuse it into an already like heavily saturated market where you're so used to certain like, oh yeah, the breakdown's gonna go there, they're gonna do fucking chug riffs there. It's something that's more easily predictable, I guess, metal. But when they started using just Indian folk instruments just in fucking breakdowns, in choruses and shit, I was like, what the hell is going on here? This is awesome. It's new to me. Again, if this has been happening, before this band, obviously, I'm sure it's, there's bands out there who have been doing this, but because it's new to me, this shit's very exciting. And I think it's just so well done. I think it's clean as shit to listen to. I think there's some parts where it's even fucking catchy. And for metalcore, it's a little difficult for me. You have to really hit the mark perfectly for me to think that a song is really catchy, ass shaker even. Um, they have a baby metal feature on here, and I think it matches so well. The contrast is incredible. It hits that same mark that Electric Callboy hit with their baby metal feature, where it's just the super high energy. Their voices are fucking awesome. I love baby metal so much. And then the super fucking low, growly, just Jesus Christ, man. I'm a big fan of this record. I think it's fucking awesome. My favorite songs are the Baby Metal feature, Kismet, and Dagbaz, I think is how you pronounce it. Basically the middle portion of the record. I even think that the intro and the title track are fucking incredible. Honestly, the entire record went by a little too fast for me, because I was just getting more and more excited with each track because it felt like I struck gold. It was just like, holy shit, this seems like it's gonna be a little fixation of mine for a little bit because it hits that interesting new vibe in my head for me, and I'm really enthusiastic about this right now. It's
I can
huge.
tell. I can
Thank
tell.
you for
Yeah.
adding this. Yeah.
You're welcome, man. Yeah, I think this band is super dope. They're doing something incredibly unique, which I think is
Hmm.
awesome. And like you said, they're incorporating Indian folk and cultural instruments into a sound that's already super familiar. This a metal sound with these cultural instruments creates such a unique sound. And makes for such an interesting and unique listening experience, because it's like 1 second you're getting what you're used to, very standard metalcore, new metal, whatever they're pulling from, because they touch on all different types of metal in throughout the record. And then there will just be a random folk instrument placed in the middle, but it makes so much sense and blends perfectly in with the music, which is two worlds that you wouldn't typically expect to collide and then work so well together. And I think that's what's so exciting about this album and this band, and why I'm starting to see people talk about them.
Good.
Is that very unique blend, something that you don't see every day, and it being executed almost flawlessly, and then put in that little taste of like the super chaotic and kind of like laid back, kind of funny in a sense, like lyricism, not taking themselves too seriously is what I'm going for. That is something like an Electric Callboy, and you just get the perfect blend, honestly, for a band that I think in the next year or so is going to be a band that we're talking about way more. Like they're doing pretty all right now at almost 900,000 monthly listeners at the time of recording, but I genuinely think that this band is going to be one of the next big things that we're talking about way more in the next year or so. They're going on tour with Baby Metal in the States. That tour is Baby Metal, Black Veil Brides on the first half, Ginger on the second half, and Bloodywood is the first of 3 across all dates, which I think is going to be huge for them, because that is a massive tour. Those rooms are huge. I keep looking at the tickets because I want to see the tour. I want to finally see Baby Metal, see Black Veil Brides, finally see Bloodywood. And I just keep being blown away by how big the rooms are. I can't grasp how big Baby Metal is, but I digress. I think that tour is going to be huge for them, and I think we're going to be talking about this band a lot. All that to say, I really dig the Baby Metal feature, as well as Todka, as that was my introduction to the band. But as you also said, the opener, the closer are both very solid as well. And it just kind of comes and goes. It's about 30 minutes long. It's not a huge time investment, and it just fucking rocks. It's all killer, no filler. There's no slow moments on the album that kind of pull you away. They just keep pummeling you with each song, and it's fucking awesome. It's so cool. What a phenomenal band, what a phenomenal album, and I'm excited to see where this band goes.
100%. Fucking stamp of approval. Major. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.